presents Seattle Seahawks preseason football, sponsored by Pacific Northwest Bell. At PNB, we've always been the future. By Seafirst Bank, every day we help more people in more ways than any other bank in Seattle. By Northwest Toyota, the right deal right now. Who could ask for anything more? And by Mountain Fresh Rainier and Rainier Light, two great tastes in beer.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Candles Seahawks against the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Jones. This is Lou Gallows. And, Lou, this has been an excellent preseason for Seattle.
I think it has. You talk to the various coaches at the various positions, and they'll tell you almost to the man that this is the best training camp in terms of the new players, the free agents and rookies that they've had. A lot of talent this time around, which is making their decisions, while more difficult, exciting.
Yes, and more fun to make those kind of decisions. In the first half tonight, though, we'll not be seeing decisions being made because we're going to basically see the team that will start the season.
They're going to be making some decisions as to who might start and who might not start, but these are the players that have already made the team pretty much, and this is their final chance to really tune up before next week's home opener against the Steelers.
Now, the second half of the ball game can be a different story because there's still 5 cuts to be made.
That's right. Running back is one of those areas where really we have 3 players battling for 2 remaining jobs, that being Randall Morris, Rick Peros, and Eric Lane. So we should see a lot of those 3 guys as they try to show that they should be one of the players that should still make the squad.
Also, we expect some cuts to be made in the offensive line and in the secondary. So in the second half, we'll be seeing a lot of people.
We'll be seeing a lot of people. Also, we'll be seeing quarterback Sean Salisbury, and he's the quarterback that kind of excited things here, and I believe we'll see him in the second and fourth quarters and see examples of this. This is why he has been so exciting. His ability to throw the long ball, and this play to Byron Franklin last week showed that he indeed wants to make this club.
Seeing Dave Craig in the first and the third quarters, and Craig, the 7-year veteran out of Milton, a free agent, as all quarterbacks for the Seattle Seahawks going back to Jim Zorn have been free agents. That we'll see him in the first and third. He's had a pretty good preseason, not a spectacular preseason. But Lou, the reality is he hadn't played that much.
No, he hasn't played that much at all. In fact, they were getting their chances to look at some of the other quarterbacks. They wanted to look at Gail Gilbert for quite a while, but then he had his hand problems. So then they were really forced to look at Paul McDonald and Sean Salisbury and saw a lot of those 2 quarterbacks. So Craig hasn't played that much, and even last week, when everybody got excited about Sean Salisbury, it's important to note that Dave Craig, while getting a slow start, I think he was, what, 1 for 8 or something like that, had a very strong finish, what, 6 for 9, something in that area. I really can't remember the exact statistic, and he threw for 2 touchdowns. So you can't discount the veteran.
No, that's true, because he will be there on starting day. There's no question about that. But one of the things that will be that we'll have a chance to look at, and one of the questions in a lot of people's minds, particularly in the minds, I think, of the football people more so than in the minds of the fans, and that is what can Sean Salisbury do against a top NFL defense? And in the second quarter, we'll have a chance to see what he can do going against the top defense of the 49ers, because they'll still be in there in the first half.
That's precisely the reason why they want to play him at the second quarter or in the first half, to give him a chance to see what happens.
Let's go down to Ben Dryth, the referee.
Heads, tails. All right, San Francisco won a toss. They'll receive. Have a good game.
Ben Dryth, the referee. We've got a good crew on hand here tonight. It's a very pleasant evening in San Francisco. And the win that we had this afternoon, the Hawk, as they call it in Sports Illustrated in this week's edition, it's kind of settled down a bit. It should be a very lovely evening for football. Of course, it is grass with the infield here, as you can see, and that'll cause just a little bit of problems. Always seems to cause it, but it works out evenly on each side. Where were we in our conversation before we went to Ben Dryth? I'm trying to...
We were talking about the quarterback situation,
yes,
and Sean Salisbury getting the chance to play, yes, against the veterans. See, when he's come in and done well in the previous games, he's played against the 3rd, 4th, 5th stringers,
yes,
the defensive squads that the coaches want to take a look at. So he hasn't played against the top-line defense. Well, you can guarantee that we've got a top-line defense for the San Francisco 49ers in the first half, because like Seattle, they are going to be playing their frontline players in order to give them the opportunity to get their timing down before their regular season opens next week at Tampa Bay. So Salisbury, when he comes in the second quarter, will see a good defense, as will Craig to start the game, but he'll have to wait for San Francisco's first possession.
We were talking with Paul Johns before the ball game, and of course he'll be with you on the post-game show, and he was saying, the realities of it is that in preseason, and when you're playing in the second half in preseason, you're seeing the whole game in slow motion. And when he plays, when Salisbury plays in the second quarter against the top NFL defense, it's going to be about 2 to 3 times as fast. Things are going to be happening, and he'll have to react. So that'll be interesting to watch.
It'll be a good test for him.
Yes.
And today, SeaFirst will help more of those businesses in more ways than any other bank in the state. Whether it's sponsoring a business seminar today or financing new ventures for tomorrow, we'll help each business, not as one in thousands, but as the only one that matters.
Now, at your Toyota dealer, we're 86ing the 86s. We've got hundreds of 86 Toyota trucks and vans that have to go before the 87s arrive. And now, with the largest factory incentives of the year, you can save thousands of dollars on a new Toyota truck. Come on, with these huge factory incentives, we're 86ing the 86s. But at these prices, it won't be too long before all the 86s have been 86'd.
On August again, with the do-it-yourselfer paid too much money for items like lumber, building materials, paint, plumbing, tools, and hardware. The revolution is here. Home Club. We guarantee you've never seen anything like this before.
Just for the beat of it, the move of it, just for the splash of it, Diet Coke. Just for the one of it, the fun of it, the marvelous taste of it, Diet Coke. Just for the style of it, Diet Coke. Just for the just for the fun of it, yeah. Diet Coke. Just for the fun of it, from Coca-Cola. Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
Come on, Jake. His fancy rig's always in the shop. Sleeping bag? Sleeping bag. Just a sec. Now I was smart. I got a reliable new Hyundai from Bloom Hyundai. It's got a power sunroof, rear window defrost. Room for me and my stuff. Brian, I thought your car was blue. For what you paid for your car, I got one in every color.
Bloom Hyundai in Bellevue, where you can expect the best.
Food! I don't mind working hard, but I'll tell you how I feel. I'm working honest day, and I want an honest deal.
Nobody wants high food prices. So when more people come to Safeway than any other food store in America, you know we got to be giving them a good deal.
I work an honest day, and I want an honest deal.
Safeway, America's favorite food store. Say goodbye to typing mistakes, misspelled words, wasted time and paper. Say hello to Video Writer, the first word processor for the home that helps you write better. It erases mistakes on screen before they appear on paper. Do or undo.
Does anything make more noise and less sense than new car deals? Well, the only thing that makes any sense, they don't talk about. The bottom line.
Well, it's bottom line time at your Hyundai dealer. Hyundai Excel starting at $49.95. 8 models under $7,000. All with more standard features than anything in their class.
Hyundai has the bottom line deals that make sense.
Then?
Without all the noise.
Hurry down to your Greater Seattle Hyundai dealer for bottom line deals that make sense.
We've got Nike, we've got Reebok, we've got them on sale. Foot Locker, got it right for your body, got a break for everybody. Come to the Stripe. Foot Locker, get it now for your body. Our Reeboks are hot, just look what we got. And Nike's on sale, with savings that are great for everybody, body. Get a lot for your money, come to the Stripes. Foot Locker, we're having a sale.
When Domino's Pizza delivers, quality comes first. We custom bake each pizza with carefully selected, skillfully prepared ingredients. Taste the quality.
Domino's Pizza delivers.
now and we'll deliver a hot, delicious, custom-made pizza to you in less than 30 minutes. One call does it all.
To the thousands of companies who make it their business to compete, we make it our business to provide communication services that give them a competitive advantage. Out of the heritage of Mountain Bell, Northwestern Bell, and Pacific Northwest Bell comes U.S. West. Nobody knows the trails better.
CarQuest, America's auto parts giant, puts the buying power of over 2,000 stores to work to bring you down-to-earth values right here in your own neighborhood.
So come on down and see what's up at CarQuest.
CarQuest Money Saver Sale is on now at over 50 locations in Washington with great values like Bosch Platinum Spark Plugs. Priced at $199 each, tune up with Bosch Platinum Plugs for top engine operation and fuel efficiency.
See me, your qualified counter pro at CarQuest, the right place to buy auto parts.
Joe Cribbs got knocked into the side of Steve Wallace, and they're looking at his right knee, his right leg. And they have him in a little wheelchair type arrangement here to assist him off of the field. And as soon as we have a report, we will pass it on to you.
As the play developed, Wallace was standing up looking for someone to block and had his back to Cribbs, who was running through, and Cribbs got hit and, for descriptive purposes, kind of clipped him, landing, falling onto his right knee from the side. And the knee obviously is not meant to bend side to side, and Wallace's did. And that is why he's being helped on off the field. Here it is now from the perspective there, 66 right there. He was next to the goalpost, gets knocked down. He's in the middle of the pile now, and that's what Chuck Knox and the rest of the coaching staff on that side of the field, which was the side that Wallace is playing on, saw. Now, going back to who replaces him, he was in for Fawnhorst because Fawnhorst is hurt, so now they may have to look to Bruce Cawley. We'll see, and that is exactly who they brought in.
6 in the secondary for Seattle. It is 3rd down and 7. The handoff comes inside. And Roger Craig, the ball carrier, and he is cut down at the line of scrimmage by Eugene Robinson. So it'll be 4th down and 7.
49ers do not have any tackles left. They're all in the game, so nobody else can get hurt or else they're in trouble there.
Max Reniger to punt. He was not very successful the last time out. And set for the return is Bobby Joe Edmonds. It's a pretty good kick. Taken at the 8-yard line. A return only to the 17-yard line. So 9 yards on the return. Charles Haley was down very quickly for the 49ers. We've got a timeout. Seattle in front.
Have you ever wondered just what flying is coming to?
Hi, I'm your talking ticket.
Oh.
Do you have baggage?
Oh, yes.
Hi, I'm your talking ticket. Do you have baggage?
I don't have any baggage.
Please enter the aircraft to the left. Hi, welcome aboard. Now let's adjust our seatbelts. Please put your seat back in the fully upright position.
At Alaska Airlines, our people go out of their way to show you they're only human.
Mary Lou Retton and muscular dystrophy poster child Ben Terraberry.
We came to McDonald's just to buy French fries. Large fries. Right. It's not just because they taste great. It's for a good cause. This Labor Day weekend, when you buy French fries at McDonald's, large fries, 25 cents goes to fight muscular dystrophy. So help kids like Ben with large fries for small fries. Hey, who are you calling a small fry?
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
You've just unchained your new Toyota 4x4. You've turned loose 135 horses of pure turbo power with high running ground clearance and independent front suspension. So when you get it home, maybe you better cage it. Toyota 4x4s, starting at $89.98. Are the #1 selling compact 4x4 trucks in America. Who could ask for anything more?
Fact. People
people in Seattle demand the bottom line. Fact, only Sound Hyundai can give it to you. The bottom line means every Hyundai in stock priced $149 a month or less with just $299 down. That's right, any and every Hyundai, regardless of equipment, is $149 a month or less. Bottom line prices as low as $50, $220, or $99 a month, $299 down. Get the real bottom line on over 100 new Hyundais through Labor Day at Sound Hyundai, south of South Center, with service loaners for life.
Charlie, it's Mike.
Doing business over the years,
Here to Seattle? Great, when?
Charlie and Mike became good friends.
Let's say we meet at the airport.
Yet they've never met, except over the phone.
How am I going to recognize you? 5'8", about 100.
The one business tool that will never go out of date.
5'8". I figured you for 6'3", 6'4". No, I just talk big.
Pacific Northwest Bell. We've always been the future.
100 years ago, Henry Weinhard was making the West's finest premium beer, serving it in the West's finest eating and drinking establishments.
Beer.
And charging just a little more.
A nickel.
Than the price of ordinary beers.
A nickel?
Because Henry made his beer just 400 barrels at a time.
It's Henry's.
Just like we still do today.
You know, when I come in, I could have swore you was a girl I knew in Kansas City.
Isn't it nice to know there are still a few things that have never changed?
What you saying?
An urgent message from the Mazda hotline. It's year-end clearance time and factory cash allowances mean great deals on every Mazda truck. Trucks rated first in customer satisfaction, like B2000. Dollar for dollar, the best truck buy in America. And save hundreds on the LX. It's already hundreds less than Toyotas and Nissan sport trucks. And it's luxurious inside and out. See your Mazda dealer now and save.
Get a great deal at your Puget Sound Mazda dealer today.
When you're on vacation this summer, Coke has your thirst covered all across America.
Now, to the highway, coast to coast, easy to get anywhere. All across America, you can find yourself a Coke. Coke across America, and across the nation. Coke across America, got to have a great vacation. Coke.
It's the purest form of both sport and entertainment in the world. Classic thoroughbred racing. It's the crowds. It's the excitement. It's the winning. It's doodah time.
Stettmeyer, you are entitled to one last meal. Isn't that nice?
Thank you, Warden, sir. I'd like chicken bolognese, asparagus, garden fresh, crisp salad, rice pilaf, raspberry tart, and a croissant.
Try Alaska Airlines special Gold Coast service. It's a tasty way to go.
The Dog and Pony Show.
Poopy.
Usually trotted out when you don't have a bottom line worth talking about.
Jump. Get up there. Jump.
Cute.
Come on. Jump.
But at your Hyundai dealer, they're talking bottom line time. Right now, they've got loads of Excel, starting at $49.95. 8 models under $7,000. All with more standard features than anything in their class. There's never been a better time to buy an Excel.
Please,
so
jump.
don't miss it.
Hurry down to your Greater Seattle Hyundai dealer for bottom line deals that make sense.
There are over 4 million people living in Washington. And today, Seafirst will help 1 in every 3 of them live a little better. Every day, we help more people in more ways than any other bank in the state. And we're committed to helping each of them, not as 1 in a million, but as the only one that matters.
Jim Cole knows his business inside out. So when he needed a phone system, he wanted to talk to someone who knew phones just as well. Carrie Hill is such a person. As one of our specially trained salespeople, she has the knowledge to analyze needs, demonstrate products, and recommend the perfect system. We think anyone who runs a small business shouldn't have to run around looking for the right phone. GTE, quality service from quality people.
the amazing Isuzu Trooper 2. Its four-wheel drive can take you anywhere. In fact, I drove it up here myself. It has more seats than the Astrodome, plus enough cargo space to carry Texas. And Isuzu will accept marbles and seashells as payment, but they're selling fast, so you have to come in 5 minutes. You have my word on it.
Right now, your local Isuzu dealer is offering great deals on 2- and 4-door Trooper 2s.
Rainier light. It's not just another light.
Back when the West was young,
Where'd you have to send to get that saddle?
getting just about anything took a lot of time and trouble.
Mexico.
Even a good beer was a rarity.
Anybody want a Henry's?
Henry's?
In fact, to get the West's finest beer,
Henry Weinhardt?
beer drinkers would sometimes wait for months
Just come into town.
because it would often have to come from hundreds of miles away.
Where'd they have to send to get that beer? Oregon.
But while it may seem unusual to have taken so much time and trouble just for a better beer,
Now, for supper,
it really wasn't.
there's a few things that's not on the regular menu.
Even then, Westerners always tried to do everything in a very special way.
In addition to the beef, we have a nice loin of buffalo in a light cream sauce. Our fresh fish tonight is brook trout almondine.
Where'd they have to send to get that cook?
Broiled over mesquite with a juniper berry dressing.
Los Angeles.
There's roast antelope with a peach brandy glaze, braised jackrabbit on croute, rattlesnake fritters with herb tomato.
It is halftime at Candlestick Park, and the score is San Francisco 14, Seattle 10. Dave Craig with an excellent first quarter, and Sean Salisbury a little nervous second quarter.
Well, he's getting a chance to see what National Football League play really is about, something we hinted at during the first half. He's seeing the first liners. He's seeing a lot of speed. He's seeing some hard hitting. He's had some trouble with a couple snaps. Running backs going the wrong way a little bit. He's getting an education here.
Yes, it was an educational first half, and a pretty good first half. Whoops, that's part of the halftime.
Well, you know what that means? That means it's time to go to the news. Don Porter signaling us that he wants to get on with the headline.
Go, Don,
so we'll
go.
go to him right now. Don?
Good evening, I'm Don Porter, and this is a King 5 halftime news update. Tacoma police have removed the body of a teenage girl found in Tacoma's Point Defiance Park yesterday. The body has already been tentatively identified as being that of a girl that disappeared a month ago. Tacoma police have not yet made a positive identification, but it is believed to be 13-year-old Jennifer Bastian. Evidence at the scene supports the identification. Jenny Bastian was bike riding when she disappeared. A bicycle was found near the body.
My mind and almost everybody that's around, even your viewers, I'm sure, are pretty sure that it's the missing Bastian girl, I think.
About 25 investigators are still on the scene, helped by detectives from the Green River Task Force. Tonight, a special laser device will be used at the site to pick up any fingerprints not visible to the eye. A 6-member jury heard testimony again today in a Pierce County coroner's inquest. One of the 5 Tacoma police officers who opened fire on 26-year-old Henry Burley told the crowded courtroom police started shooting after Burley lunged at officers with a knife and a stick.
Quick steps. The knife came over. He got within 4 to 6 feet away from me. A dirty word went through my mouth, to my mind, boom. I thought, hey, this guy's on me. I've got to protect myself.
The jury will hear from the 4 other officers involved in the shooting when the hearing convenes Saturday morning. A substitute teacher for the Lake Washington School District, facing charges of molesting 2 boys ages 11 and 12, tonight turned himself in to King County authorities. Frank Miller, who is 55, returned to Seattle from the Philippines after missing an August 20th arraignment date. The King County Prosecutor's Office now has Miller scheduled for arraignment Tuesday on 2 counts of indecent liberties in connection with incidents that reportedly occurred 5 years ago. Seattle City Light's only female line worker is accusing a male co-worker of assaulting her. 23-year-old Sherry Holmes says the attack took place on top of a City Light utility pole earlier this month. The male line worker accused Holmes of being slow and then threatened to punch her in the mouth in the ensuing fight. The man allegedly then undid her safety belt, hit her, and then tried to pull her loose from her safety strap. City Light Superintendent Randy Hardy says the matter is under investigation, but admits that sex discrimination and harassment exists among linemen.
But I'm not going to deny that that isn't out there. It is, and our job is to try to eradicate it. And it is engendered in part by the differences in strength.
Of the 21 female line workers hired at City Light in the last 9 years, only one has made it through the 4-year apprenticeship, and she has since transferred to underground wiring work. When we come back, more news, and Jeff Renner will update us on the Labor Day weekend weather.
Rise and shine, cast your line, catch the limit here. Now you're talking fishing, now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is smoking here.
Stroh's, fire brewed for smooth, consistent taste.
Now you're talking Stroh's, now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is smoking here.
We're celebrating the biggest nationwide sale in Dutch Boy history. Right now, all over the country, quality Dutch Boy paint is on sale at incredible savings. It's our most spectacular paint sale ever. Hurry into your paint retailer because supplies are limited, and with prices as low as these, you don't want to miss out on a great value like this. The Dutch Boy nationwide paint sale. Prices so low, they'll blow you away.
Dutch Boy never lets up. He always looks good. He works hard for your money.
Ed, old buddy, we're really in a bind. Suppose you could postpone that vacation a couple weeks.
I need a vacation.
Ed, we got a new problem here.
I need a vacation.
This just came up, Eddie. In fact, everyone else is on vacation.
If you couldn't get away this summer, you can still get United's great low fares to more places this fall. We're the biggest bargain airline in the land.
I got a vacation.
Ed, Eddie, where is he?
I'm not just flying.
Did he go for coffee?
I'm flying the friendly skies.
Your hometown is our hometown. It's a great Northwest place to be.
Word today that Arco Marine has agreed to pay even more money as a result of last December's oil tanker spill in Port Angeles. The company has okayed a $285,000 payment to the state of Washington for investigating and monitoring the spill. Arco has already spent $2 million on the actual cleanup, and the company may still pay the state more money for long-term damages to wildlife and fisheries. Big weekend coming up, marking the end of summer, the start of fall, Labor Day weekend. What's the weather going to be like, Jeff?
We're going to be seeing improvement, although the key word is gradual over this weekend. Here's my forecast. For tonight, we're looking for, well, you see it, mostly cloudy skies with a risk of a shower. Lows near 58, winds out of the south, 5 to 15, both tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow, look for partial clearing after low morning clouds with just a slight risk of a sprinkle. Highs near 71 degrees. Headed east to the Cascades, highs over there ranging from the mid-70s to right around 80. A risk of a shower at the ocean beaches in the mid-60s. Extended outlook, Sunday a little bit better, more sunshine, a high of 75. Monday even more sunshine and even warmer, 78 degrees. And Tuesday and Wednesday, well, those days don't look half bad either. So enjoy this weekend. You're going to be seeing more sunshine, certainly, than we've seen today or yesterday, for that matter.
So, Jeff, we just ended a longish dry spell. What was it, 42, 43 days without rain?
42 or 43. I don't remember the exact number just now.
Now, that's a record for some years back, isn't it?
You have to go back to 1951, and that's when we hit 51 days straight of no measurable rainfall. Fortunately, in terms of the long-term water use pattern, we're not going to be hurt too badly because this typically is the driest time of the year. So we really are not behind very much at all.
Okay, Jeff, thank you very much. One of Seattle's favorite sculptures has been saved, at least for a few days. Vertebrae by Henry Moore was scheduled to be removed from the Seafirst Plaza tomorrow and sent to Japan, its new home. But now, the removal work has been halted, at least temporarily. It seems the statue is technically part of the building, and so a special permit is required to remove it. And it will be at least until Tuesday before that permit comes through. And Seattle's biggest art festival got underway today, Bumbershoot 86. It features music, dance, theater, fine arts. The 4-day festival opens every day at 11 at the Seattle Center. There's lots for the kids to do and lots of food, too. Over 250,000 people are expected to visit Bumbershoot this weekend, so look out, parking could be a problem. For complete information on all Bumbershoot events, call the hotline, 448-1025. And as it says in the song Sgt. Pepper, it was 20 years ago today that Beatle fans got their last chance to see the band play live. The concert was in San Francisco's Candlestick Park, also the site of tonight's Seahawks game. Tickets for the Fab Four cost as little as $5. The place was packed. The Beatles stayed together for 4 years after that concert, but they never played a live concert after that again. I'm Don Porter. Join me, Carlos Del Valle, and Jeff Runner, too, for all the day's news, sports, and weather on King 5 News tonight at 11. And now, back to the game.
An urgent message from the Mazda hotline. Your Mazda dealer here in clearance is sparking some great deals on everything, including the front-wheel drive Mazda 626 with 5-speed independent rear suspension, fuel-injected engine, and split fold-down rear seats, all standard. It's already a great family car value. But during your Mazda dealer's clearance, the deals are really hot. So hurry, see him today. Get a great deal at your Puget Sound Mazda dealer today.
Unocal 76 introduces a premium unleaded gasoline for both big domestic cars and little imports. Surprised? A lot of people are, because this gasoline delivers surprising performance from most any engine. The high-octane performance of premium for any car, big or small. Introducing Super 76 Unleaded, the premium unleaded from Unocal.
The spirit of 76.
An official sponsor of the Liberty Centennial.
He's a boy from the city. She is a child of the country. Finding each other should have been perfect, except for two things. He's a stranger in dangerous Cullen territory, and she is a Cullen. And if you're hot for her, you're playing with fire.
Drop the gun!
Bullies. Rated R. Now at select theaters. Check newspaper.
For 4 years, the Ford Escort's been the #1 selling car in the world. The Honda isn't even #1 in Japan. This Escort, specially equipped and priced for folks in the Northwest, has more room, more power, and is sticker priced $971 less than a comparably equipped Honda Civic. So see your Northwest Ford dealer today and save even more with your choice of 6.9% financing or $500 cash back, because nothing comes close to Ford.
Join us for King 5 Evening.
Weeknights at 7:30.
It is cooling off here at Candlestick Park. This is Charlie Jones along with Lou Gallows. It's sweater time in San Francisco. Let's take a look at some of the action in the first half, Lou.
That was pretty exciting, at least off the beginning, because Kenny Easley came on to hold for Norm Johnson, and that was a surprise, at least for us. And Norm able to hit from 49 yards, and that gave the Seahawks the lead 3-0. And that wasn't the last time we'd see Kenny Easley in an interesting role. It didn't come on this play. This is when Sean Salisbury moved around and watched the catch by Largent, tipping it up in the air and then turning around to grab it for the touchdown, and that put Seattle ahead quickly 10-0. But the 49ers came back, and this is how. Jerry Rice, number 80, fleet-footed receiver, getting down, and he creates the long play on the hookup with Jeff Kemp to put the San Francisco 49ers in scoring position. And it came here when Kemp looked to him on the timing pattern and hit him right over the middle. Actually, that was the first touchdown. The second touchdown he had was the timing pattern, and that is this one. And with those two touchdowns, San Francisco right back into the ball game, and in fact ahead 14-10.
And there's
the one Seahawks fan. Now, it's not supposed to say that on the back of a T-shirt on King 5, I don't think.
I told him not to take that shot. All right, let's look at the statistics of the first half that were just handed to us. As far as rushing is concerned, Kurt Warner 9 carries for 52 yards, Williams 6 carries for 19, Morris 2 for 16, and the two quarterbacks, Salisbury 3 for -3, Craig 1 for -4.
That points out an interesting defensive statistic for San Francisco in that they were able to get to the quarterback 5 times so far in the ball game. A couple of them, as you pointed out, by Dwayne Board.
And the 5 times that they got to the quarterbacks, just want to double, yes, in the first 3 preseason games, the opposition only got to the quarterback 3 times. So you could see that we're rounding into the start of the season form. Everybody is getting ready for the start of the season next week. Craig completed 5 of 5 for 39 yards. Salisbury completed 3 of 5 for 42 yards. Salisbury was sacked twice, and he lost 6.
Reggie Kinlaw there getting ready for the second half.
Largent, 3 receptions, 35 and a touchdown. Warner, 3 for 22. And Tice, 2 for 24. As far as the 49ers were concerned, well, their rushing game, it's non-existent. Cribbs, 6 for 19. Morosky, the quarterback, 1 for 13. Craig, 3 for 4. Passing, Morosky completed 4 of 7. Kemp, well, his statistics are just as good. 10 of 13, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That's really been the story for San Francisco. The Bill Walsh offense has certainly been passing. I mean, when the leading rusher is the quarterback from the first quarter, Morosky, you know there isn't a rushing game.
Right. Rice caught 6 for 83, 2 touchdowns. Clark, 3 for 37. Craig, 3 for 34. Rathman, 2 for 11.
There's Joe Montana. We mentioned he had a cast on his leg. He sprained his ankle in last week's game and did not participate in workouts at all this week. On Sunday, and their game was on Saturday, on Sunday they put a walking cast to mobilize that ankle, and he had that cast on that ankle until Thursday when they took it off. He says he's able to go tonight, but I don't think we'll see him. We should see Sean Salisbury, however. He will get another quarter of work here in the second half, we're told.
Now, the original schedule, as we'll get back to that in just a moment.
For 80,000 businesses in Washington, it's another working day. And today, See First will help more of those businesses in more ways than any other bank in the state. Whether it's sponsoring a business seminar today or financing new ventures for tomorrow, we'll help each business, not as one in thousands, but as the only one that matters.
When you're on vacation this summer, Coke has your thirst covered all across America.
Oh, superhighway, coast to coast, easy to get anywhere. All across America, you can find yourself a Coke. Coke across America, and across the nation. Coke across America, got to have a great vacation. Coke.
When Domino's Pizza delivers, quality comes first. We custom bake each pizza with carefully selected, skillfully prepared ingredients. Taste the quality.
Domino's Pizza delivers.
Call now and we'll deliver a hot, delicious, custom-made pizza to you in less than 30 minutes. One call does it all.
Don't be caught fresh out. Stock up on Mountain Fresh Rainier now.
Charlie, it's Mike.
Doing business over the years,
Here to Seattle? Great. When?
Charlie and Mike became good friends.
Let's say we meet at the airport.
Yet they've never met except over the phone.
How am I going to recognize you? 5'8", about 100.
The one business tool that will never go out of date.
5'8". I figured you for 6'3", 6'4". No, I just talk big.
Pacific Northwest Bell. We've always been the future.
You've shaped it in your mind. Total performance. Now the all-new Toyota Supra brings it alive. Supra Power, created by a 3-liter, 24-valve, 200-horsepower engine. Supra Suspension, racing type, double wishbone, fully independent. Supra Cockpit, where you perform. The new Toyota Supra, performance without compromise. Now the Supra dynasty begins. Who could ask for anything more?
Larry Hodge always dreamed about getting to the Super Bowl. Well, when GTE supplied the telecommunication systems for Super Bowl 20, Larry got his chance. In just 30 days, he and his team of installers laid 9 miles of cable, designed and installed dozens of telecommunication systems, and over 1,100 different lines, which explains why Larry's team will make it to the Super Bowl again this year. GTE, quality service from quality people.
Sunny days, catching rays, enjoy it while it's here. Now you're talking summer, now you're talking beer, now you're talking
Bistro Light. Smooth, refreshing, less filling.
Now you're talking Stroh's. Now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times. And Stroh's is fucking here.
When Domino's Pizza delivers, quality comes first. We custom bake each pizza with carefully selected, skillfully prepared ingredients. Taste the quality.
Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza delivers.
Call now and we'll deliver a hot, delicious, custom-made pizza to you in less than 30 minutes. One call does it all.
Sky High Airlines, Sky High Airlines, Sky High Airlines, Sky High Airlines, climb aboard. Sky High Airlines, we got our heads in the clouds. Sky High Airlines, Sky High Airlines.
All airlines say they want your business. But when you finally buy a ticket, not all airlines act like it. At Alaska Airlines, we do more than promise good service. We go out of our way to deliver it.
Seattle, you demand the bottom line, and Sound Ford has it, with special financing on top of closeout prices on 400 new Fords, like Escort, 5811, or lease for $112 a month, $199 down, Tempo, $139 a month, F-150, $143 a month, and only Sound has 6.9 financing on 75 Taurus and Aerostars. Taurus from $99.11 or $165 a month, Aerostar $153 a month, but it all ends Labor Day at Sound Ford in Renton, with service loaners for life.
There are over 4 million people living in Washington. And today, Seafirst will help 1 in every 3 of them live a little better. Every day, we help more people in more ways than any other bank in the state. And we're committed to helping each of them, not as 1 in a million, but as the only one that matters.
Are you sure? Yes. Really? Yes. It's Yes Month at Nissan, and your Nissan dealer's making great deals on new trucks. He's saying yes to 5.7 Nissan-sponsored financing, so you can save hundreds in interest payments on our lowest sticker-priced regular bed, and hundreds more on this King Cab SE 4x4 with V6 power. Yes. Or save with $500 cash back from Nissan. So see your Nissan dealer, because he's going to say yes.
See your Western Washington Nissan Datsun dealer.
Drive home a deal.
The challenge of the 11 o'clock newscast is in the choices that have to be made.
Don Porter, King 5 News at 11.
It means choosing the most significant stories, then choosing the right words and pictures to tell those stories. For Jeff, it means explaining clearly and concisely the weather he's expecting. And for Tony, telling the scores and showing the highlights in his own unconventional style. In all, we try each night to make our news choices carefully, thoughtfully, to make it a half hour well spent.
Jim Cole knows his business inside out. So when he needed a phone system, he wanted to talk to someone who knew phones just as well. Carrie Hill is such a person. As one of our specially trained salespeople, she has the knowledge to analyze needs, demonstrate products, and recommend the perfect system. We think anyone who runs a small business shouldn't have to run around looking for the right phone. GTE, quality service from quality people.
Say goodbye to typing mistakes, misspelled words, wasted time and paper. Say hello to Video Writer, the first word processor for the home that helps you write better. It erases mistakes on screen before they appear on paper. Do or undo. When you're proud of it, print it. Video Writer by Magnavox.
And they're hotter than ever, now at the Bond, with this new cable-ready 20-inch RCA color TV for only $299. Or this RCA 26-inch color track stereo TV with remote and on-screen display for just $599. And this RCA VCR with remote-controlled on-screen programming is just $449. Plus, for 5 days only with purchase, receive free cable hookup from your participating Western Washington cable companies. Now at the Bond, where the choices are...
Hot Fries!
When Domino's Pizza delivers, quality comes first. We custom bake each pizza with carefully selected, skillfully prepared ingredients. Taste the quality.
Domino's Pizza! Domino's Pizza delivers!
Call now and we'll deliver a hot, delicious, custom-made pizza to you in less than 30 minutes. One call does it all.
Power. Its scent is sweet. Its appeal to a very select few. And to those of you driven to this kind of power, we offer a new means of transportation. Introducing the Milano, the four-door sports sedan from Alfa Romeo. It's a beauty of a car with the heart of a beast. The Milano sports sedan from Alfa Romeo. We put power in the hands of the few.
Everybody says
we've got the lowest prices.
But at Ernst, things are different. We meet or beat everybody's advertised price. No talk. We guarantee it. Ernst offers you this beautiful, easy-to-assemble, made-in-the-USA entertainment center for $10 less than our competitor's lowest price. Ernst always has the best deals. Ernst Home and Nursery. Our exclusive price guarantee puts an end to all that talk about price.
This is my first trip to Hawaii. Thanks to that frequent flyer program my Jimmy joined 3 years ago. Back and forth, up and down, here and there. What that dear and wonderful guy went through, I only wish he were here to enjoy it.
Aloha, Lydia. Would you like some macadamia nuts?
Thank you. And it's Lydia.
Fortunately, Alaska Airlines' new frequent flyer plan gets you to Hawaii and other exotic places faster. And with us, you'll enjoy earning a free trip as much as taking one.
Larry Hodge always dreamed about getting to the Super Bowl. Well, when GTE supplied the telecommunication systems for Super Bowl 20, Larry got his chance. In just 30 days, he and his team of installers laid 9 miles of cable, designed and installed dozens of telecommunication systems, and over 1,100 different lines, which explains why Larry's team will make it to the Super Bowl again this year. GTE, quality service from quality people.
Who's gonna be at the Silver Bullet tonight?
The Silver Bullet? Oh, I think it's romantic.
Romantic?
Yeah, Rob, look around. People come in, have a Coors Light, have a few laughs. They could be with 30 people or alone with someone. The Silver Bullet's a very romantic place.
Your eyes.
What?
The way you said that, there's just something about your eyes.
Rob, it's not that romantic.
There's no slowing down with the Silver Bullet
You're
tonight.
right. Coors Light beer.
For the 49ers, they win it. The score is 21-10. Their preseason record winds up at 2-2. And the Seattle Seahawks, with the loss, their preseason record also winds up at 2-2. So this should be an exciting year for these two ball clubs. They'll both be contending in the West. The Seattle Seahawks contending in the AFC West, of course, and the San Francisco 49ers contending in the West of the NFC. And who knows, they might be meeting again in postseason play way down the line, which would mean that if they got that far, they would be in the Super Bowl being played in the Rose Bowl next January.
Well, that certainly is a goal to shoot for, and one of the Seahawks that would like to shoot for. Right now, they turn their attention to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that game next week. The regular season is finally here, and all those little kinks that they've tried to work out through the 4 games that we've followed them hopefully are worked out, because it all counts now.
Now, we talk about positives, that we also have to talk about the other side, and that is the fact, because of the changes in the offensive line, it is almost as if the multiple offense has been put on the back burner right now. But we will go with an offense that we pretty well saw tonight, which is the offense that we've seen in the past. We'll come back and see the multiple offense worked back into the schedule.
And this will be interesting to see how quickly they can do that, or if they really still want to do that. That might be something we can explore on the postgame show. Ask some of the players if that's something to look forward to. I think what's interesting about the preseason, the way it went, and especially, as you said, the changes among the players in the offensive line, is Seattle was able to move the ball tonight,
yes,
even though they had all those new faces in there and injuries where they were changing and moving Borchardt all over the place.
Yes.
They were able to move the ball. They didn't get the points. They lost the game, but they got to see those people actually be able to have that ball move up and down the field. And now all they got to do is score during the regular season.
But I think also that there's another big positive that we have to take into consideration tonight, and that is that Dave Craig, everybody knew at the beginning of preseason, would be the starting quarterback. Did not play that much, and when he did play, had not been that effective. So it's all in timing. You want to be ready to start next week. He had an excellent outing here tonight, looking in top form, just where he wants to be to start the regular season. That bodes well.
And that bodes well, going back to the thing that we just mentioned, being the offensive line that he's playing with has been juggled around, and they were still able to make that work. Keep in mind they've got a new fullback that they've been working it with, a new tight end in Gordon Hudson. So a lot of new faces on this offensive team, and they've worked with it over a 4-week period, and now think they're ready.
And also, I think a learning process for Sean Salisbury. It was fun to see him, all of a sudden get the big eyes and look at when he was looking at a top NFL defense.
Well, it's interesting. Paul Johns, who joined us in the postgame show in a moment, he said, Sean's going to see a different kind of game this time because the cuts are down to 50 players. Like you said, only 5 away from the real team. And so he was seeing bigger, faster, experienced players.
It's been an exciting preseason. The regular season starts next week. For Lou Gellos, I'm Charlie Jones. So long, everybody, from Candlestick Park in San Francisco, and we'll be back in just a few moments with the postgame show.
Seattle Seahawks preseason football was sponsored by Domino's Pizza. Domino's delivers a fresh oven-hot pizza in 30 minutes or less, guaranteed. By Sound Car and Truck, with service loaners for life. By GTE, the smart business call. By Pacific Coke, the people who bring you the taste you love. Coca-Cola Classic Red, White, and You. And by Alaska Airlines. Next trip, fly with Alaska and fly with a happy face.
Early in the morning or the middle of the night, I want a hamburger and I want it right. I'm gonna pour on the ketchup, pile the onions on top, and I got about $1 to pay for it all. I'm the boss at AMPM Mini Markets.
Great tasty hamburgers, 2 for 99 cents at AMPM. 100% beef, flame broiled, and you help yourself to the works.
I'm the boss at AMPM Mini Markets.
It's time for the first Chevy All-Stars Red Hot Tag Sale. Right now, take advantage of the hottest deals of the year on the hottest Chevys, Camaros, Blazers, trucks, vans. All the 86 Chevys are part of the Chevy All-Star Red Hot Tag Sale. Thousands of Chevys around the Puget Sound will have red tags with sale prices displayed right in the windshields. The hottest deal of the year on the hottest Chevy of your choice right now. Only at your Chevy All-Star dealers. Hustle to the Red Hot Tag Sale today.
Gene Enerson, King 5 News.
I've been really lucky as a reporter, sometimes traveling to distant countries to report firsthand, or spending a snowy New England afternoon talking with a great American historian. But through the years, the best stories have always been those closest to home, stories about people who live just down the street or next door. It makes reporting endlessly fascinating and very personal.
This is one of the world's most expensive motor oils. It meets or exceeds industry standards for protection against wear. So does Haviland. This oil can cost more than twice as much as Haviland. Twice as much?
That's right, twice as much.
Texaco's Haviland Supreme, high-quality protection without the high price. Strike Black Gold. Now save up to $3 on Texaco's Haviland Supreme motor oil. On special sale at these stores and participating Texaco retailers.
On King 5, the MDA Telethon, this Labor Day weekend.
We'll see him. This is the play of the game. Hello. The touchdown by Steve Largent early in the ball game. The touchdown play that put the Seattle Seahawks ahead at that point. They couldn't stay ahead today, but they are ready for the regular season.
is the Seahawks postgame show, brought to you by Seafirst Bank. Every day, we help more people in more ways than any other bank in the state. By Northwest Toyota, the right deal right now. Who could ask for anything more? By Alaska Airlines. Next trip, fly Alaska and fly with a happy face. And by Mountain Fresh Rainier and Rainier Light, two great tastes in beer. And now your hosts, Tony Ventrella and Paul Johns.
Good evening and welcome to San Francisco. I'm Lou Gellos with Paul Johns, and this is the Seahawks postgame show. Yes, it's a little different. Tony Ventrella is not with us. We're doing the show live from San Francisco. Tony suffered a little injury this week and is unable to be with us. A little back problem that's kept Carlos Del Valle busy working on King 5 News, and will keep Paul and I busy for the next few minutes, giving you the wrap-up of today's Seattle Seahawks game. They lost the ball game, Paul, but they did learn some things over the 4 previous games and a lot today.
Yes, I think they did. I think one thing they learned for sure is that they need to work on their secondary. They've given up a lot of big plays during the preseason, and now they can't win doing that. They play solid, but the big plays will get you beat every time, and that's what happened today. They gave us some big pass plays, and they ended up on the losing end.
What about, what kind of changes do you think they need? I know one of the things that you feel very strongly about is the return of John Harris, a player who has sat out the entire preseason, still trying to work out his contract difficulties.
Exactly. John Harris is a very integral part of the defense, and I believe they're missing him very much because he's like a second coach on the field. And when he's not there, some of the players cannot take chances that they can take when John is in there. But they're going to need to, overall, they're playing a lot of different players, and they need to get everything together because they're going to the first game of the season. And like I said, they can't give up the big plays and expect to win.
Well, from the offensive end, some things look very good, and one of those things was the receptions of Steve Largent. Steve Largent is with us now from the sidelines here in San Francisco. Steve, I got to ask you about the touchdown play to start off with things. You guys seem to hook up quite well.
Well, apparently Sean wasn't even throwing me the football. I guess he was throwing it to Raymond Butler, but I didn't know that, and you know, I got close to him, and I just tried to make a play on it.
When you caught the ball, you had tipped it initially and then had to kind of bring it back to yourself.
Yeah, it was just a reaction. You know, I got to the sideline, and everybody was saying what a great catch it was, and, you know, I wasn't even aware of it. I was just, you know, trying to make a play and make something happen there in the end zone.
Steve, what about the offense and the way the preseason has gone? Let's kind of look at all 4 games, not just this one. We've heard all the talk and talked with you about this multiple offense. It didn't seem, at least tonight from our viewpoint up here, that any of that was really coming into play. Is that because the offensive line is so new and all these new players coming in at that position that you've kind of had to go back a little more to basics?
Well, there was 2 things that really were factors tonight. One was that we're playing with a rookie left tackle and a veteran right tackle, but has only been in camp 1 day. And so we had to limit a lot of things that we did. But the other thing was that this game, we really wanted to try to establish our running game. And even though we obviously wanted to win the football game, we wanted to try to do some things with Kurt and with John Williams and try to, you know, establish a real basic running game. And I think that we were effective in doing that while those guys were in the game.
How you doing, Steve? You had a good game today. One thing I want to ask you, Steve, is give me your assessment of the total overall wide receiver play. You have some new players in there. How are they adjusting to the offense, and how do you feel about the wide receivers going into this season?
Well, I feel like the 5 guys that we have right now, which are the 5 guys that we'll keep for the season, I think could possibly be the best group of 5 wide receivers in the league. We've got a lot of experience. We've got a lot of speed. We've got a couple of guys, myself and Paul Scanzi, who work well inside. And so I think, you know, with the combination of all of us in the game, we can do just about anything. And so what we want to try to do as a unit is to give Dave or whoever's playing quarterback the confidence that he can throw the ball anywhere and we're going to come up and make a catch.
Did you guys come up with what you wanted for the running attack today, Steve? Obviously, you're involved in the passing game, but has the team's offense come around the way you wanted? I know last week they wanted to talk about or wanted to focus on the running game and really didn't enjoy much success there.
Well, with the exception of, you know, the first half of last week's game, we've enjoyed, you know, better pass protection this preseason than we've had all last year, and that's a positive. Secondly, I think that, you know, we've struggled with our running game. We've not gotten what we wanted to out of it until this game. And I felt like this game, you know, we got Kurt popping some 15-yarders and John Williams getting some 5-6-yard tough runs inside. And so I think we were able to establish some things tonight that in the previous 3 games we had not been able to do. And I think a lot of that has to do with just all the shuffling that's going on right now in our offensive line.
Well, the season begins on Sunday, the Pittsburgh Steelers next week. Are you guys ready? Is this where you wanted to be heading into the first game of the year?
I tell you, I'm excited, Lou. Today and tonight's game, it was just so much fun because I stepped into the huddle and I just had a lot of confidence that when the play was called that we were going to be successful with it. And, you know, that's what you want to try to develop offensively. And I thought that, you know, when we called our off-tackle plays, I knew we were going to get 5 and 6 yards. And, boy, all of a sudden now I'm looking back and the running backs are popping through holes and they're down into the secondary. And that was real encouraging to me. So, you know, we obviously don't have it all put together and have all the wrinkles ironed out, but, you know, I think we're a lot further ahead than we were at this point last year.
Okay, Steve Largent, thanks for joining us here at Candlestick Park, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Let's take a look at some of these highlights, Paul, and go through what happened in the first half of the first quarter of this ball game. Initially, well, the Seahawks were on defense at the beginning, and that's where Mike Borowski found Kenny Easley in there for a sack and a loss of 4.
That's right. The Seahawks want to get something established. The defense came out what they call a show blitz. The first play of the game, Kenny Easley blitzed, and they had an opportunity for a turnover the first play of the game, but unfortunately the San Francisco 49ers recovered.
Well, Seattle did eventually get the ball, and this is a pass complete to our first guest, Steve Largent. Gain of 21 yards on the play before Ronnie Lott got there.
One thing I want to point out here is that Dave had excellent protection. It usually takes 3 seconds for a quarterback to take 7-step drop and deliver the ball. And if you have 3 seconds, that's an enormous amount of time. If you can't get the ball off in that time, then something's wrong.
Here's the field goal by Norm Johnson, 49 yards. Kenny Easley holding the ball. Should have asked Steve about that. We'll have the next interview we get, we'll have to grab someone and find out about that. Well, we can ask Dave Craig about it when we get to see from him a little bit later. And so Easley hold. Johnson's field goal is good, and Seattle takes the 3-0 lead in the first quarter.
Yes, I thought that was I thought that was really nice to see Kenny Easley holding for the. He's practiced holding for the extra point, but he's never done it in the game, and this was a nice little twist for him.
Well, let's see if it's going to be a regular twist. Dave Craig is our guest now from the locker room here at Candlestick Park. Dave, I got to ask you: is Kenny Easley going to be the regular holder?
Well, I think he kind of beat me out for that position. He's a great natural athlete, obviously, and for him to come in there and hold is just another plus and another thing that he can do, another dimension, you know, of his skills. And is he going to be the regular holder? I don't know. Gail Gilbert, you know, is a very sound holder also. That's just another decision Chuck has to make.
How you doing, Dave?
Hi, PJ.
Dave, what I want to ask you about, how do you feel about your performance this game? Last week, the first few passes you threw were trying to burn worms out of the ground. This time you went 5 for 5. How do you feel about your performance this game going into the regular season game next week?
Obviously, I feel a lot better than I did after last week's performance, and it was, you know, comforting to come out here playing good to go into the regular season. That's what I was looking forward to do, and I think I accomplished that, and I think our whole offense accomplished that. The only thing that we lacked was scoring enough points to win the game.
9 of 10 for 80 yards, Dave. A good outing for you. How's the offense coming together for you? We talked to Steve about it. This new multiple offense didn't seem to be too multiple today, but that line is so new with all these new players in starting positions.
Well, we purposely tried not to be too multiple tonight. We just wanted to be very semi-basic anyway. The offensive line, I thought, did a fine job. Mike Wilson performed exceptionally, just considering the fact that he just came in yesterday. You know, I got to give him a lot of credit. And the offensive line and the running backs as a whole did a great job. I thought our running game was good, and that made the passing game much, much easier.
The running game kind of suffered last week, and I know that was one thing that your entire team wanted to focus on, and you seemed to turn it around today.
We did. We wanted to come out and establish the run and run the ball more often. I think to be successful this season, we'll have to have this type of performance from our rushing game especially to be successful. And I think we will. We'll continue to do this. And like I said, the offensive line did a great job and adjusting to the 49ers' different defenses. They brought out the Chicago Bears type defense, and we adjusted fine. So I'm really happy with the way the offensive line and running backs performed tonight.
Okay, I'll ask Steve Largent this same question, and I've got to put it to you. A week from Sunday, the season opens against the Pittsburgh Steelers. How does this offense sit now? Are you guys ready for the opening of the regular season? Are you where you wanted to be?
I'm comfortable with the offense. You know, there's still some things that we'd like to get ironed out, and you know, I wish we'd have maybe just a little bit more time. But I'm pretty comfortable right now with the way we're going offensively, considering the fact that we have put in some new wrinkles with our offense, and I think we've adjusted real well, and we're ready to go for the first game of the season. That's the way I feel anyway.
Good job tonight. Thanks for joining us, Dave. 9 of 10 for 80 yards in this ball game. Seahawks on the downside of the score, but this one didn't count. Next week does count. We'll have more of the postgame show after this.
Just for the meaning of it, the move of it, just for the flash of it, Diet Coke. Just for the one of it, the fun of it, the marvelous taste of it, Diet Coke. Just for the smile of it, Diet Coke. Just for the just for the fun of it, yeah. Diet Coke. Just for the fun of it, from Coca-Cola. Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
Unical 76 introduces a premium unleaded gasoline for both big domestic cars and little imports. Surprised? A lot of people are, because this gasoline delivers surprising performance from most any engine. The high-octane performance of premium for any car, big or small. Introducing Super 76 Unleaded, the premium unleaded from Unical.
The spirit of 76.
An official sponsor of the Liberty Centennial.
Follow the dots. Follow the dots to Frederick & Nelson's 40% off dot sale. Follow the dots and save an additional 40% on all clearance apparel and fashion accessories. For example, a woman's sleeveless sweater, already on sale, gets an additional 40% off for a total savings of 75%. Follow the dots this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to Frederick & Nelson's 40% off dot sale.
Tonight on Evening, discover the thrill of bridge jumping. It takes 8 seconds to hit bottom, and not all of these bridge jumpers survive. From head to toe, she's true blue to the Seahawks. We'll introduce you to Mama Blue, the Seahawks' loudest fan. Meet Muttley, a canine daredevil. She motorcycles, snow skis, and swears she was born to scuba dive. We'll go on an underwater adventure to explore the mysteries of the deep.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Tracy.
And I'm Penny Legate.
Join us tonight for a special edition of Evening.
Back in San Francisco, Lou Gellos for the ailing Tony Ventrella. Paul John's with us. The Seahawks have lost tonight, but now they're getting ready for the regular season, and they did some with some pretty heads-up defensive play on the part of that secondary that's gaining some experience. We'll go to the second quarter highlights and take a look at a pass thrown by Jeff Kemp intended for Dwight Clark, but intercepted by Patrick Hunter.
One of the keys to this is the defense read what was going on when the ball was first snapped. And the quarterback threw off balance across the field. Patrick Hunter was there, made an excellent play. This is his second interception, I think, of this preseason.
And that put the Seahawks on offense, where Sean Salisbury now took over at quarterback, and he moved around until they found Steve Largent for that play that, as he said, was not really intended for him.
When I first saw the play, I didn't think it was intended for Steve because the ball was thrown with a lot of velocity, and Raymond Butler was behind him. But when the ball is in Steve's direction, it's kind of hard for him to miss it. He's just a good receiver.
And so Largent gets the catch, and the Seahawks get the touchdown. That puts Seattle ahead 10-0. Now here's Kemp completing a pass to Jerry Rice, a gain of 43 yards. Both those offensive drives, the first one by Seattle and this one by San Francisco, had big plays, and that one was the one that set up this play, Kemp to Rice for the touchdown.
This was excellent protection for the offensive line, for the quarterback for San Francisco, Mr. Kemp, because he looked off. This was his second receiver, and it's man-to-man. It's very hard to hold a receiver man-to-man off over 3 seconds, and it was just a good play. This was a play, a crisscross. This was Rice's second touchdown. It was a crisscross route, and they got the defensive backs mixed up when they're playing man-to-man. They kind of ran into each other, and it was like an offensive basketball screen.
Kemp the pass to Rice, the left corner for the touchdown, and that puts San Francisco ahead 14-10. A little change of events there. Well, now in the booth joining us, Paul, is the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, Steve Moore. Steve, thanks for dropping in here with us. I want to ask you about the offense now. It wasn't too multiple tonight, but you've got so many new linemen there. I'm sure that's part of the reason. That's what some of the other players are telling us.
That's part of it. We're kind of playing musical chairs in the offensive line right now, but I was real pleased with what the offensive line did for us this evening. I thought they blocked very well, and the run game got rolling a little bit, and I was pleased with what they did. Particularly a guy like Wilson, who just joined us a few hours ago, comes in and plays the whole game. That's a great tribute to him.
Now, the offense, a lot of changes, as we've talked about throughout the 4 preseason games, and yet the regular season opens on Sunday. Are you where you wanted to be with all of the changes, both personnel and play-wise?
We're behind in some areas. I was pleased that some things gelled with the run game, and I was pleased that David Craig hit 90% of his passes today. And the receivers are working well. The offensive line is getting it together, and we're pleased with that. I was very dissatisfied with the way we stopped ourselves with some penalties and turning the ball over on a crucial drive. But there's quite a bit of work to be done yet.
You mentioned the penalty thing, and that's something that's kind of plagued you throughout the preseason.
It really has. The holding penalties, and we have not had very many formation problems, motion, false start, but the holding penalties will stop a drive. It's hard to make up that 10-yard holding penalty.
Okay, so now the regular season starts against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Unlike the preseason games where you're looking at stuff for yourself, now you've got to scout the Steelers, find out what they're going to do, and scheme things for their offense and for their defense. Now the work really begins.
Yes, so now rather than getting home at midnight, now it becomes 2 o'clock. That's what it happens there.
Okay, Steve, thanks for joining us. We're going to pop right down to the field where one of your new acquisitions, one of the new players there, tight end Gordon Hudson, is with us now. Gordon, pretty good game for you throughout the preseason, a new role for you, and we welcome you to Seattle. How do you think things are now in the National Football League? You had expressed an excitement to be in the National Football League, and with 2 receptions tonight for 17 yards, how does it shape up?
Well, I'm starting to enjoy myself, now that the rigmarole of training camp's over and we can start getting settled down. I'm starting to feel like I fit in a little better, and I think I showed it tonight. I thought I was real comfortable out there, and I started throwing it around a little bit more, and I still got a lot of improvement, but I had fun.
How you doing, guys? Gordon, we know you can catch the ball. Everyone knows you can catch the ball. How do you feel about the way you've been blocking? I know you said when you went into training camp that was one of the things you wanted to work on. In your own opinion, how do you feel you've come along with your blocking?
Well, I've come a long ways from where I started back at BYU, and a lot of it's been attributed to the help of Mike Tyson, and of course the coaching by Rusty Tillman. But this is my first exposure to a running type offense, and I've got a lot of work. I can get better, and I strive every week to get better. I've got I'm working on my techniques, and like I said, I'm getting a lot of help from Mike Tice, who's a very good blocker, and the coaching techniques from Rusty Tillman are making it a lot easier. But like I said, I've got a lot of improvement, but I'm a much better blocker than I ever started out to be.
A lot of the offense this year, changes in the offense at least, were geared to what was going on with the tight ends. Because of a person of your caliber, the Seahawks knew that they could maybe make some changes in that area in terms of going to the tight end, working the tight end into the offense a little bit more. Do you think that's something we're going to see as the regular season progresses?
Well, I sure hope so. That I think is a necessity in a good passing game, but you got some great receivers on the outside like Steve Largent and Byron Franklin, and the rest of them are doing a great job. Darrell Turner. I just think we've got a real solid receiving core, and if they start to use me, use the tight end a little bit more to maybe open up the outside guys, I'm all for it. But I'd like to see them come our way a little bit more, but I'm not the coach, and I'll just go out and do what I'm asked, and if the ball comes my way, I'll be happy.
One last question, and we'll let you go. How do you think the Seahawks are set now going into the regular season? There's some people say, yeah, you're pretty close to where you want to be. How do you feel about the competition you're going to have in the division and where you are physically and mentally right now?
Well, obviously, we've got one of the toughest divisions in football, and we're going to have to play great football for 16 games, but, I thought we played real well, other than the penalties today. We showed that we could run the ball on a great defense like San Francisco and throw the ball. If we could just stay away from the penalties, I think we'd have been fine, and we may have won. But we got, a little bit of concentrating to do for this next week, so we can get, cut down on the holding penalties. And if we do that, I think we're going to be a force to be reckoned with, because as we proved tonight, we can run the ball on anybody. We got one of the finest backs in football, and we're opening up the passing game a little bit, as you saw. And I think we're going to be right in the thick of things.
Well, Gordon Hudson, number 85, will look for you in the lineup against the Steelers next week. Regular season is here now, Paul. We'll be back with more of the postgame show after this.
Seattle, when was the last time you saw an import car discounted $800 off the manufacturer's suggested retail price? Through Labor Day, Sound O's Toyota will do it. $800 off on over 100 Toyota cars, no exceptions. Corolla $79.88 or lease for $159 a month, no down payment.
Just announced 2.9% financing or up to $1,500 cash back direct from GMAC.
Ends Labor Day at Sound O's Toyota in Renton with service loaners for life.
Hi. When we last met, I asked you all to come into Jack in the Box. Guess I got a little emotional. Now, while a lot of you did come into Jack in the Box and you found out that, yes, we do make great tasting food, a few of you people are still holding out. What do you want from me? A juicy, pure beef cheeseburger for 99 cents? 2 cheeseburgers for 99 cents? Okay, you got it. 2 cheeseburgers for 99. I need some help, Miss Rebatch. Help me, please.
Rainier Light. It's not just another light. Jim Cole knows his business inside out. So when he needed a phone system, he wanted to talk to someone who knew phones just as well. Carrie Hill is such a person. As one of our specially trained salespeople, she has the knowledge to analyze needs, demonstrate products, and recommend the perfect system. We think anyone who runs a small business shouldn't have to run around looking for the right phone. GTE, quality service from quality people.
Back at Candlestick Park, Paul Johns and Lou Gillis to bring you the Seahawks postgame show. You know, a lot of shuffling in that defense, too, as they try to decide who's going to play the starting roles in that defense. A linebacker spot is one of those.
Exactly. This is one thing that coaches like to have, but players don't. There's so much competition.
This is Michael Jackson, number 55, holding off the offensive lineman and then getting in there for the tackle.
Mike has been doing one excellent job. He's up with a battle with Greg Gaines for the starting linebacker position, and in the last 2 plays here, he's done an excellent job. When he gets in, he does a good job.
That time he caught Joe Cribbs from behind, and now he catches us from just outside the locker room. Michael, welcome to the post-game show, and how do you think the preseason went?
Well, it was pretty good, Lou. We had some things we wanted to work on this year, and this preseason, and we used a lot of people trying to get the defenses down. But overall, I'd have to say it was pretty successful for us. And unfortunately, we lost 2 of the 4 games that we played, and that's not good for us.
Well, if you're going to lose games, it's better that they be in the preseason than the regular season, I would think.
Exactly right. You know, they really don't count for much right now in the standings, but when it comes time to where we really have to start playing for the money, then definitely you don't want to lose any games.
So you were in the situation, and not just you, I mean the entire defensive squad, of trying out some new people, some different coverages, some things like that. And how do you think the defense has come together now after the entire preseason and heading into the Steelers opener next Sunday?
Well, I think we're working hard, and I think there's a unity that's starting to build there. We still have some problems that we need to iron out, obviously, because we did lose 2 games. And we're in the process right now, like you said, trying new people, trying new coverages, defenses, and getting the system worked out.
Michael, you've been with the defense for 3 years since Chuck has been there. How do you feel that the loss of John Harris not being in the secondary, not being in the defense, how has that affected your defensive team?
Well, he's one integral part of our defense that's not there right now, so we're trying to piece the puzzle together without John Harris. And we've got some young guys that are filling in quite well for John, but there's nothing like your main man being there. And, you know, I think everybody on this team misses John Harris.
We certainly hope he gets back to the club, and soon. That will certainly help out the defense. We certainly hope you can get a shirt on so you can make Seahawk 1 for that flight back to Seattle.
Well, if I don't, I know you guys have the ticket money for me.
Okay, Michael, thanks for being with us on the post-game show. We'll continue right after this.
Right now at your Toyota dealer, we're 86ing the 86s. We've got hundreds of 86 Toyota trucks and vans that have to go before the 87s arrive. And now, with the largest factory incentives of the year, you can save thousands of dollars on a new Toyota truck. Come on, with these huge factory incentives, we're 86ing the 86s. But at these prices, it won't be too long before all the 86s have been 86'd. See your Puget Sound Toyota dealer today before your best deal of the year is 86'd.
When Domino's Pizza delivers, quality comes first. We custom bake each pizza with carefully selected, skillfully prepared ingredients. Taste the quality.
Domino's Pizza delivers.
Call now and we'll deliver a hot, delicious, custom-made pizza to you in less than 30 minutes. One call does it all.
Have you ever wondered just what flying is coming to?
Hi, I'm your talking ticket.
Oh.
Do you have baggage?
Oh, yes.
Hi, I'm your talking ticket. Do you have baggage?
I don't have any baggage.
Please enter the aircraft to the left. Hi, welcome aboard. Now let's adjust our seatbelts. Please put your seat back in the fully upright position.
At Alaska Airlines, our people go out of their way to show you they're only human.
For 80,000 businesses in Washington, it's another working day. And today, Seafirst will help more of those businesses in more ways than any other bank in the state. Whether it's sponsoring a business seminar today or financing new ventures for tomorrow, we'll help each business, not as one in thousands, but as the only one that matters.
Guests on the Seahawks postgame show receive a gift certificate from Kloffenstein's, who feature Christian Dior clothing for the tailored man. Quality, value, the well-dressed look in Christian Dior at Kloffenstein's. Tailored apparel for men and women. Also a gift certificate from Alvin Goldfarb Jeweler. A touch of class with original designs manufactured on the premises at the most reasonable prices to be found. Alvin Goldfarb, located in downtown Bellevue. His name is your assurance of quality.
Well, it doesn't seem like it, but the preseason is already over. This month really flew by, and now the regular season opens. The Seahawks facing the Pittsburgh Steelers next Sunday at the Kingdome. What can we expect from Pittsburgh? Well, Carlos Del Valle has checked on that.
The Steelers finished the 1986 season with a 7-9 record and out of the playoffs. The Giants buried the boys from Steeltown 28-10 in the last game of the year. New York's Joe Morris had a field day. Pittsburgh's defense is their strong point this year, in spite of what New York was able to do in this game last year. Steeler head coach Chuck Noll.
Well, you win them any way you can. I think we've learned that through the years here. You have to have a good football team. You have to have every element that can contribute. If we can win with the defense and special teams, we want to do that. If we can win offensively, we still have to be good defensively. So an emphasis in being a good defensive football team is not bad.
The offense will sparkle with veteran John Stallworth on the receiving end of such circus catches like this one. But Pittsburgh's trademark is defense.
I think we have a great year. I think one of the reasons that because of our defensive strategy, we've got more aggressive. We can come back people. We can dictate to them. Last year we sat back and they dictated to us. I think the defense always got to be the aggressor. They had to go get people and make people change their game plan. I feel real good about that.
I'm Carlos Del Valle for the postgame show.
So the Steelers' formidable opponents to start the season. I still can't believe it's here already after going through the preseason. Paul, how do you think the preseason went?
I think the preseason went very good. There were some questions that need to be answered. Some of them were answered, some weren't. So I believe going into next Sunday, they have to get these things answered, but it's going to be a very exciting season. Fans, have a little patience.
And have patience, Tony Ventrella. Hope you get better. Hope we see you next week. If not, Carlos and I will run the duty. Thanks for joining us on the postgame show from San Francisco. We'll see you next week.
Seahawks postgame show receive a GE Under Cabinet Kitchen Companion featuring a 5-inch TV and AM/FM radio. Compliments of True Value Hardware. More than just a name, it's their way of doing business. The Seahawks postgame show has been brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Domino's delivers a fresh oven-hot pizza in 30 minutes or less, guaranteed. By Sound Car and Truck with service loaners for life. By GTE, the smart business call. And by Pacific Coke, the people who bring you the taste you love. Coca-Cola Classic, red, white, and you.